Welcome to the ultimate guide to perfect starts in Valheim. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to start a new game and create a new character. So this is entirely down to you, of course, so we're going to call him Perfectus, seeing as it's a perfect start series, and we'll call the world the same thing. Now for this you can just do whatever you want, choose whatever hairstyle you want, whatever beard style you want, and then skin tone, hair tone and blondness, bearing in mind Viking and blondness and everything else. It's why it's there, it's part of Viking heritage. So again, hair tone, you can play around with it. Again, the blondness you can play around with. As soon as you're happy, you just say done, and that's it. The character will be created. So then you go start, and what we want to do is create a new seed. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of the randomly generated and use a very good starting seed. So HHC LC5 ACQT. Pause the video, note it down and use it yourself if you so wish, so that your map is the same. Okay, so Perfectus, and we are going to start. Now of course I will skip the intro, you can watch that yourself. So here we go, we've been dropped off. So this is the very beginning of the game. So go and talk to Hugin, it's the E key. That's blah blah, you're on the world, da 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 da. We've got our first little sigil next to the ring, but what you want to do is start immediately picking up wood anywhere that you can. So here we go, Hugin, this stone is a Vegisir, or Vejvizir, and that will give the location of Icthir, our first boss. Now that's done. What you want to do is look around the starting area. You will always find raspberries and also mushrooms around the initial starting stone. So there we go, Hugin saying well met, a tasty morsel, fantastic, it's our first food, and he's standing next to a mushroom. So we've also managed to find a mushroom. Lovely stuff. Now we're going to want to create an axe and other items very quickly. Over there, that toad looking item is a neck. We will be killing those later for food. But again, what we want to do is start exploring the local area. I can see another mushroom there that I just walked past. It's fine, doesn't matter. There's plenty of them, and what you want to start doing is punching one of these small beech trees. There we go, and that's going to give us some extra wood and also some resin so that we can create our own torches. Again, punch down that tree. Now of course at the moment we haven't eaten anything, but we have now got wood, so right click on your raspberry and right click on your mushroom and you will consume the items. That will give you extra stamina and extra health. Again, press E on any fallen branches, it's easy free wood. And of course if you see any raspberries, go and collect them. The same with mushrooms. I will be cutting forwards in a moment because of course this is fairly simple basic early game stuff. Okay, well met indeed, so thank you. Yep, take stock of your inventory. Wood and stone, yep, so stone axe, and that's what we will be doing. So you want to explore around the local area looking on the floor, and what you're looking for is small stones. So here we go, this is what they look like. Press E on them and pick them up. We now have 5, so we can craft a stone axe. So that's our first axe. There's plenty of raspberries up here, we'll go and pick those as well. Again, every time you see them, do pick them up. You do want to have a large collection of them because later you can combine them with another berry to make a much tastier dish. We'll get into that in a later episode. Now hunt boar. So as soon as you see a boar and you've got your axe, go and swing your axe at them and kill them. It doesn't take much, and they give you leather scraps and boar meat. Now boar meat is extremely good at the beginning of the game, but it's the leather scraps that you actually need more. Again, this is a neck, so we'll kill that. Now they occasionally drop a tail, so we just picked up a neck tail. That is also a food source that we can cook. Next thing, you want to find a house. So find an already existing building in a plain, open area like this, because it saves you some of the initial building, but to be fair I'll end up tearing the whole thing down anyway. But this looks like quite a good place for our first thing. So we need to craft a hammer. For that you need 3 wood and 2 stone, which of course I have on me already. And now we can build our workbench. Now our workbench is our first crafting bench, and it's what allows us to start building stuff, including walls. Now we're not going to put it down just yet. We'll go over here. We'll quickly talk to Hugin. There we go. I've crafted a hammer. Yes, I will get some mighty towers and everything else. Yeah, blah blah. I can now build stuff. Now the other thing you'll be doing a lot of is cutting down trees. So I'm just cutting down this stump because again it'll give me some wood. So there's 3 extra wood. And then what we're going to start doing, and I will speed it up, is building our first house. So you want to put down your workbench. Once you put down your workbench, you're able to start crafting. But the next thing you want to do is use your hammer to repair this building. So literally just left click on each of the wooden pieces and you will bring them back to full health. It doesn't cost you any resources either. So it's a nice easy way to start your initial building. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it bigger. So middle mouse button, that will destroy items. So again, choose what you want to destroy and what you want to repair. And here we go. I'm now going to speed up the game because again, this is a lengthy process working out how you can do things, including building and destroying things. Yep, so complex items, blah blah. We're now starting to put in some roof pieces. The roof pieces allow us to close off our accommodation and give you shelter. So you need a full roof over everything to turn it into a shelter. We're extending it out to make it bigger. Again, do whatever you're happy with, but I end up destroying the entire thing and starting again anyway. So there we go. Again, we've got some of the foundations in. We've repaired our hammer. So again, back out, more wood, and I'm punching it for some reason. So again, use your axe, always a good thing to do when you're cutting wood. Cut down the tree, cut it, always divides in 2. Again, that gives us extra wood. Just putting it back into normal mode again. So again, here we go. So you do some more repairing. You're going to want to put a door in. So again, line it up with the wood, and there we go. So that's in. And then other build pieces that you want to put in. So again, speed it up. Oh, a nice grey dwarf. So kill that. Here we go. Have a look at everything. What do we want to do? We want to put in a fire. Now a fire gives you essential heat, and you do need it inside, but I'll also go over how you have to build a chimney. But again, you can see the process. I've sped this up 400%. So this little section of video would have been 4 times longer had I not sped it up. But again, the amount of tree felling that you're going to do is on the ludicrous side. It's good fun. It's not a boring grind. I love this game, and the game has expanded so much since I used to do content that I thought I would redo a perfect start for the game. So again, we're just chopping wood. Our axe is about to fall apart, which means we'll need to go back and repair it. There we go. I'm now punching wood. We have to go back. Hopefully we've got enough to start doing stuff. Now that is a fire torch, so you just need wood and resin. And we've put down some cooking wood as well, so that we can get some of our boar meat cooking. There we go. That's all ready. Lovely. And again, put on the neck as well. So the neck tail. This building, I just did not like it. I got quite far, and then I decided pretty much to destroy the entire building. So repairing stuff again. We need a bed. So let's, yep, whatever. We've got a bed. Blah, blah. Let's sleep. So we're just reorganising our inventory. I always tend to put my food on the right-hand side and deal with it that way. So again, sleep. I've sped this up, so it doesn't really matter. Again, good morning. We've got another day. And what I am going to do, as I said, is just destroy the entire thing pretty much. I didn't like it, so I wanted it to be different. So I'm literally destroying the entire building pretty much. And I'm going to start again. So I'm keeping the wall panels in place, and what I'm going to do is get everything destroyed and build it off of the workbench, so I can get everything nice and lined up how I like it. Oh, set myself on fire. Fantastic. So again, now we've got a decent sized initial building. And again, make it too high, so you want to add an additional series of wall panels above the first. The height helps with smoke damage, and we are going to put in a chimney, so I will build that as well, and I'll slow down the footage a bit for some of the more important parts of building a building. So see, I put those two wall sections on the inside to create the foundation of a chimney. So now we want to start putting on the roof, making sure that the panels all align. And again, corners and side pieces, getting all that done. Again, side piece and side piece. And now we can't put the roof section on, that's fine. What you want to do is you want to put a ladder outside. That will allow you to jump up onto the roof. Now, of course, we need more wood, as always. Again, let your stamina recharge, make sure your food is good. And again, chop, chop, chop. And let's cut the footage. Okay, so the next thing as well, so this is taking a little break, you want to go and pick up from the shoreline flint. Now the reason you want flint is it is a much better material for an axe than stone. So you want to go along the water's edge and pick up as much flint as you can find. And also M key to bring up the map to show you what you have currently explored and where you haven't explored. So again, we're walking along the river's edge, well, the lake's edge or sea's edge, we don't know because we haven't explored it that much. Again, just keep picking up flint. You need quite a lot of it because you're going to want a flint axe and you're also going to want a chopping block. And you can only make a chopping block with flint. So we've got 8 at the moment. Oh, I can see some over there in the water. Again, don't be worried to go out into the shallows. Just don't go out deep because you'll drown. Swimming is not really a thing in Valheim. You can swim, but not for very long, so I don't advise it. You want to be staying on land. See, there we go, we struggled a little bit there and we were only just off the shoreline. So again, flint, 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 just picking up as much as we can find. And again, use your run as well, so your shift key, because the more you use it, the higher you level it up. And it's a worthwhile pursuit. You do want your run to be quite leveled up. So again, jumping as well. So we've just improved run to level 5. And it's worth obviously picking up some branches while we're here, just for some extra wood. It's easy wood at the end of the day. You don't have to be chopping the trees down. You can just pick it straight up off of the ground. And stone as well. Any stone that you see, you might as well pick it up because you are going to need it for crafting. So back we go to our little town. So I'm going to cut the footage again here. That was another stone and some more abandoned buildings. You also want to check abandoned buildings for chests. A lot of these abandoned buildings have chests inside them with things like arrows. But let's get back to our build. We need to dry off, so go and stand by the fire. There we go, so we're dry. And now we're going to jump up the outside of our house. So we've got more wood, and what we need to do is get our build hammer, and you want to put these little pieces in here, each of the corners. Then you want the side beams to connect over. So let's put one this way, there we go, and one that way. And we should be able to connect these up. So let's turn that round, put it at the top, and then put the other one at the top as well. And we now have space for the smoke to escape, but we also want to build our chimney. So again, put in your walls until you have all of them in place. That is going to go high for some reason. Let's try and do it from inside the house. This might be a bit more difficult. Oh, nearly. I think that went in there at a certain angle. Okay, that's a bit more difficult. Okay, so back up onto the roof we go. Oh, I had it then. Oh, that's so frustrating. There we go. Okay, now once you've got it all in place, you want to put 4 little pieces on each corner so that you can vent your chimney but stop the rain from coming in, because rain is a thing. Okay, we're out of wood, so we need to go and get more. And this, as I said, is a long-term thing, so I've skipped forwards. You don't need to see me chopping trees down at the end of the day. And again, we've got the extra wood. You can see it's a foggy day now. Okay. Righty-ho. So again, want to put in the side beams. Oh, right, that's in the wrong place. There we go. And then you finally want to put on your roof piece. You might need to move and change your view to get it in, but there we go. That is now on, and we have a fully functioning chimney, and the rain is not going to come inside. Oh, next thing you want to do is middle mouse click your stairs because you don't need it. We also destroyed a wall piece for some reason, and there we go. Oh, no, that's it. There we go. Right, so our first mini base is now semi-done. Next thing you want to do is repair stuff and then craft a flint axe now that you've got your flint. And you also want a hoe. Now the reason you want a hoe is you're going to start making your house look a bit better. So all this grass that's wandering around here, let's use the hoe. That levels the ground and also gets rid of the grass. So it looks a bit better as part of the house. Now let's see if we've got enough wood to make some more floor. There we go. And again, another floor piece there, another floor piece there. Now we want furniture and we want a bed. That's it. I mean, obviously we had to destroy the previous one because we've completely rebuilt the house. But we don't have any cookable items either at the moment. Just throw some wood on the fire. We've got one piece left. That's the other thing as well. Keep your fire at a high amount of wood. It's quite annoying when it runs out. You have to run off and find a tree, chop it down, come back and load up the fire before you can go to bed. But next is to bring up your map key, double click the house, double click and then call it home. Now the reason you want to do that is because if you set up another bed somewhere and set it as your spawn point, if you haven't recorded the map location for your home, there will be nothing there on the map. And you'll just have to figure out where your house was, which is not a good idea. So M key, click the house symbol, double click where your bed is, and then call it home. Yep, I've crafted a hoe, I have indeed. Now one of the next things we want to do is start levelling the terrain around our house. So we're going to go around, and on the level that you're standing is the level that it levels the ground to. So we're going to expand out a bit as well and see how much of this we can level down, because we want to create enough space to be able to put a defensive wall, because before the end of this episode we will have a defensive wall in place. Okay, so again you just keep leveling the ground. Now until we kill the first boss, Ichthir, and get a pickaxe, we can't lower the ground other than with the hoe. So sometimes you may not be able to level the ground to a level that you're happy with, but that's fine. Now again we've skipped forwards because we're doing a bit more outdoor decoration. Now I did put an initial porch in with these pieces and then putting in some supporting beams so it doesn't collapse on itself. You have to remember that everything is based on a weight system, so stuff touching the ground is light blue and stuff that is green, that means it's safe. Anything higher starts becoming a bit more risky. So it goes orange and then eventually it will go red, and if it's red it will collapse because it hasn't got enough support. So again I'm just putting a load of torches in just to light it up so it looks nice. And again, close the door. We want to repair everything. We want to put in their final floor pieces now that we've got them. Okay, don't need that. We want another cooking station, so put that in. So we've got 2 over the fire. You can manage 3. I only ever tend to go with 2 because 3 looks a bit silly. And I like them at the edges of the fire as well. But we're just going to just demolish the fire and then put it back in again. Let's see if we can... there we go. How's that look? Yeah, not too bad. Okay, again, crafting stations, and put in more of the cooking stations. And then throw on some of your deer and your boar meat. Now I was lucky enough to kill a deer by sneaking up on it with my axe. So control puts you into sneak mode, and then you can try and creep up on a deer and kill it. but it's better to do it with a bow, and that's something else that we will do. So we've now got deer, boar meat and strawberries, and you can see our health is now much higher. So again, it's time to go to sleep again, and of course we'll skip forwards. Right, so we're on to another day, and there's a boar, so again, get that killed. Our axe is almost nearly dead as well. Oh, that was a grayling. Now, this is what you want to look for. This is a bee's nest. Now, this bee's nest, the best thing to do is destroy the foundations of the building. Now, you will get stung, but it's not going to do a lot of damage to you. So again, take out the corner post. Our axe is just worn out, and we've got a grayling. So again, I'm just going to punch him to death. Now, let's actually get an axe. So we've got our two axes at the moment, our flint axe and our stone axe. So if one of them runs out of durability, you can switch and use the other one, especially if you're quite far away from home. Now, on the map, you can see we can't even see home. We're quite far away to the east of the base. And what I'm doing is I'm taking out all four corners of the building, because what I was saying before about weight, it will collapse. I can hear myself coughing there. Sorry, say that again. Okay, I didn't realise when I was recording this footage that my microphone is apparently active. And I'm coughing again. Okay, anyway, we're going to skip forwards because this takes ages, but the building will collapse. Okay, so here we go. Finally it collapses, and we've got some honey and a queen bee. Now the queen bee, we need it for, of course, creating our own beehive, so we can get our own honey. We're running out of food, that's fine. We've got some more stuff to cook, but of course we don't have any more deer meat. So again, skip forwards, go to build pieces under crafting, and you've got a beehive. So you want to put in a post. Then you want to go to your crafting, select your beehive, and put it up at the top. So, oh, and there we go. Okay, so we now have our own beehive. Now if you swap out, you can check on the bees, and the bees are happy as long as they're on grass. Now, if you put them in certain places, they won't necessarily be happy, and if they're not happy, they're not going to be making honey for you. Now the next thing we want to do, of course, is put in our defensive structures. So you go to miscellaneous, and it's a post wall basically is what it is. It's a post wall, and again you want to build it around your base. There we go, we've skipped forwards, we've built it the majority of the way around. Again, collecting trees and everything else, collecting wood. We need to repair everything. And while we're here, what would be good is if we had the materials to make a crude bow. For that we need 10 wood and 8 leather scraps. Now those leather scraps come from boar, as I was already talking, so let's skip forwards. Okay, so we've gone and got the wood that we need, and now we can craft our crude bow. So we can also make a lot of other stuff, of course, but crude bow is what we want. And there we go. We now have a bow and arrow. Let's just move our other tools out of the way and do a bit of organising and skip forwards again. So just rushing out to get a bit more wood, chopping down even some of the old logs that are outside just for a bit of extra wood. Again, you can never have enough. And we've got our first bit of honey. Lovely stuff. And of course that then becomes a early game food source for us as well. So we've repaired everything. Now we definitely need to start storing stuff. And again, furniture, we want another chest. So we're going to put that down. I can hear a grayling outside. But first, let's organise. And that's one of the important things, is to organise everything. So anything that you've already got, Now, to make those coal pieces, I burnt boar. So I didn't intentionally do it, but if you put boar on your fire and you forget about it, it will cook, and if you leave it on long enough, it will turn into coal. That becomes important later in the game if you're not able to build something, but we'll talk about that later. Right, where is he? I can hear him. Well, oh, there he is. Right, let's put in the wall first. There you go, mister. That'll do. Let's kill these two annoying things. Okay, there we go. Dead. And of course that gives us some more resin that we can use to build more torches and fuel our torches. Now the next thing you want is a gate. So we're just destroying this piece here, and you want to put in a gate. So again, flip it round. Just rotate your mouse wheel. That will rotate the piece. And there we go. And then again, finish your post wall all the way around your base to get to the end. Now this, I actually just went, do you know what, I'll just build it higher. It's fine. And again, skip forwards. Next thing you want to do is put two little posts on top of your gate. And the reason for this is that weathering is a thing. So if you your gate is exposed to rain, over time it will lose integrity on its own, which you don't want. So what we're doing is we're in effect protecting our gate by putting a mini roof over the top. So there we go. And then what you want is one or two of them. That's it. That goes in. Oh, and Ichthir rallies the creatures of the forest. Now this is the earliest raid that you can get. Let's go and repair stuff. That's it, that'll do. And we're going to get, here we go. This is, I think this is hilarious. So Ichthir rallies the creatures of the forest. All it's doing is giving us some free food. So we can just kill everything now. I mean, we've got boars attacking us and necks attacking us, but that's it. It's all done, and I've got a load of extra food. Obviously, I cut out the majority of it, but it's just killing neck and boar. There we go. Let's get that in. Okay, all those crackling fire sounds. I do love... Do you know what? I love a storm in this game. It's really cool when you've got a nice storm brewing and the rain's coming down and you're inside your house and it just sounds stormy outside. It's very ASMR kind of thing. It sends shivers down my spine as well sometimes. Okay, right, another thing we will want is a wooden shield. I'm not going to build it at the moment because one of the other things I'm going to do just before we close out this episode is talk about expansion. So the reason that we've made the base a little bit bigger is we want to put roof pieces on to create outdoor shelter. So the first one I'm going to do is on this side of the building. So there we go, 1, 2 and 3, and what that does is it creates a dry zone that we can put some storage chests in. So again, well, we don't want a beehive, do we? Go back in, close the door, get everything repaired again. Okie dokie. And let's skip forwards because we do need sleep. And we're back onto another day. Okay, so what we're doing now is we've expanded the outside area and we are now putting the roof on. Well, you saw me putting this post wall in, but we're now going to put an extra roof on. So we're going to build this double wide, so 2 of the high level tilts, 45 degrees, and then you want to put posts underneath and very quickly connect to the ground. So there we go, that's 1, and again 1 and 1 more. Is that going to touch the ground? We'll find out. Yes, it is. Good. So now we have an outdoor workbench area, and eventually we will also make an outdoor cookhouse area. But for now, this is how you get the best start in Valheim. So I've shown you everything that you need to do at the beginning. I've obviously missed out certain parts like hunting deer and everything else, which is what I'm doing now. I'm crafting my leather gear, and some arrows because I've collected everything that is needed. So flint, wood, and for our leather stuff it is just deer hide. So you basically need to go use your bow and arrow and hunt loads and loads of deer. So now we can store some of our stuff. Let's take off our rag stuff and put on our nice shiny new leather clothing, which is a bit better than the rags that we were wearing before. I like to also do it as helmet, tunic and trousers. So there we go. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Know It All Gaming.